we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
Get my Zen ready. A main motion.
What day is this?
It's the 18th.
Okay, you didn't say that.
I did before we got into, that he's whiter than mayonnaise. You can play Minecraft for days.
Fluent in JavaScript as well as Klingon.
A main motion, A, if adopted, becomes the official recorded statement of an action taken by the Assembly. B, may be stated as I so move if a member makes a motion embodying something just said by the chair or another member in informal consultation during a meeting. C, always requires a majority vote. D, all of the above are correct. This is a tricky dicky one.
Well, okay. B can happen, although it's not really advisable, because it makes the secretary's life murder. A is definitely true. If it's adopted, that does become the official statement or whatever they're going to do about it. What was C again?
Always requires a majority vote.
Ooh, that's a tricky one because that's not necessarily always true. Example in point, a main motion to amend a bylaw takes 2/3. Or should take 2/3 anyway. And D was all the above. I'm going to stick with A because I know A is right.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure A is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A. Which means B is wrong.
Well, no, not necessarily. Well,
Yeah, because it wouldn't have two right ones. Because the only option would be, so
Yeah.
you can't, even though that happens,
it shouldn't.
right. I do it. I usually go, yeah, that.
Yeah.
So let's,
Page.
104. And we lost our studio audience. He got bored. If a motion is adopted, it becomes the officially recorded. Okay, so that was your thing. A member making a motion
To avoid statements.
What?
Oh, 20 and 23. 22.
Right. That's, I was going
Yeah.
back a little bit. A
Yeah.
member making a motion embodying something that's just been said by the chair or another member in informal consultation during a meeting should avoid statements such as I so move and should himself recite the complete motion that he offers.
Right.
That's not very often observed because you had thought it was right because it's so often, but
Yeah, we do it because we do it all the time.
it's not.
I guess, yeah, when we're sitting there formally wordsmithing the hell out of something, it's like, that's what I want, I so move. Yeah.
Yep.
Technically, theory, it shouldn't be done, but we give a lot of leeway on that because it helps move things along in a good manner.
And while we are, since that was simple,
Yes.
there's something I want to bring up here because it happened in bylaws the other day. I want to get ready. Okay, I'm setting you up. No, but you know the answer to this because this drives you just as crazy as I get. Mr. Seebeck,
Yes.
is there such a thing as a friendly amendment?
No! Damn it!
Let's talk about that. Because people think there is. There kind of is, but not really.
What are
It's
you
not.
setting me up for? That was an easy one.
Okay. There kind of is. But not really. Not the way it's used. The way it's normally used is someone makes a motion, debate, it gets put to the assembly, debate happens. During debate, the person realizes they made something mistake that, oh yeah, I should have said it that way. So they go, oh, I'll accept that as a friendly amendment. That doesn't exist.
They're all hot. They're all hostile. They're all angry, and they're all out for blood.
So I want to read the section that talks about it to give the logic.
Okay, this is on page 162.
Yeah, so you go for it.
Friendly amendments. The term friendly amendment is often used to describe an amendment offered by someone who is in sympathy with the purposes of the main motion, in the belief that the amendment will either improve the statement or effect of the main motion, presumably to the satisfaction of its maker, or will increase the chances of the main motion's adoption. Regardless of whether or not the maker of the main motion accepts the amendment, it must be open to debate and voted on formally, unless adopted by unanimous consent, and is handled under the same rules as amendments generally. In other words, there ain't no such thing as a friendly amendment. It's just an amendment.
It's just any other amendment. Because the implied purpose of a friendly amendment is just to accept it without debate and act as if that's what the person originally said.
Right.
And it referred to another page here, and there's a reason why you can't do that.
295, yeah.
And that is the motion, the minute it is stated by the chair and put to the assembly, it no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the assembly. And you no longer have any authority to modify it except through a normal amendment process. But before the motion is stated by the chair, it's the property of the maker.
Right.
Who can at that point withdraw or modify it without any kind of consent. But the minute it's been put forth, they can't even withdraw it, even if they decide after the debate, oh yeah, that was really idiotic and I feel like a dumbass for making it.
Which leads us to the whole thing of, can you withdraw a motion?
You cannot without consent of the assembly.
Right. Which is basically the same as rejecting it anyway.
But it saves you some embarrassment sometimes if you just ask for permission to withdraw it.
Right.
There is no such thing as a friendly amendment.
They're all evil and
They're
hostile.
all evil and hostile.
Out
and
to get you.
Yeah, they want to kill you, basically.
Bludgeon you to death with a copy of Robert's Rules.
What's funny, though, is that there's no asterisks or anything in here.
And if that doesn't work, they'll finish you off with the gavel.
Or a ham. But what's funny I find in here is there's no asterisk saying where the hell this came from. It's so common. Is there some other rule book in which that's allowed? You know, you're wondering, because it's pervasive.
It's pervasive to the point of being pandemic, and we don't seem to know why.
In the recordings of the very first conventions of the LP, there were friendly amendments all over the place.
It's got to predate that, unless it. Well, here's the question, and I don't know the answer to this. How far back in Roberts does it reference it? Does the 1915 version even say anything about it?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to.
I don't either. So
Might be some. I'm not that bored yet to do that research.
it's one of those great questions. It's like, well, how far back does it go? And
What was the turtle resting on? Another turtle? Well, what about that one? Another turtle? Well, what about that one? I mean, obviously, we have a problem here.
does that give any indication of anything?
But I think it would mention if it said, contrary to previous editions.
Right. So who knows? But it's just weird. So, but yes, there is no such thing as a friendly amendment. Period. End of discussion. Move on. Let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next day. You can.
Oh, it's mine?
Yeah, it is.
Friendly gavel bang. That almost sounds pornographic. We're gonna have a gavel bang. Yeah. All right. It's Mike's turn.
Fever! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.